ReLIFE Episode 1 begins by introducing us to the main character who bears a visual similarity to the protagonist from Bokura wa Minna Kawaii Soul. This guy is 27, which is immediately different from most anime protagonists, and it's shown that he has a seriously hard time getting or holding down a job, to the point where his parents are currently financially aiding him. Randomly pops up Walker Yumasaki from Durarara, aka Yoake Ryo, and sets in motion the main plot. The protagonist, named Kaizaki Arata, will take a pill to look like a high schooler again with all living expenses paid as part of a project, and a job will be offered to him after the year ends should he succeed with said project. First off, the premise to this show was quite interesting to me. After hearing of a protagonist who was not yet another regular high school boy, I was ecstatic, but after finishing the synopsis off, I was disappointed and couldn't help but feel like it was going to be just a regular show. For the most part, I'm not wrong. The animation is very standard, and the general aesthetic does remind me quite a bit of Bokura wa Minna Kawaii Soul, though extremely downplayed. That show seemed like it was just trying to go for a budgeted version of Kotonoha no Niwa due to the gloss and shine of most things in it. And although I thought it was a fine show, it still didn't stand out much to me. However, this show's aesthetic is not ugly. I do like the backgrounds, which at times look painted, but mainly maintain a colored pencil look to them, which I tend to love because of the serenity the softness of colored pencils brings with it. Still, the aesthetic will not generally make or break a show for me, which is where we get to the writing. I thought it was just fine, though we can already see some storylines writing themselves right off the bat. There seem to be two possible love interests in the form of Karyu, the coughing redhead, and Hishiro, the quiet genius. Just from glancing at the Wikipedia page for this show and looking at past shows with similar premises, I get the feeling that the protag will lean towards Hishiro and break her out of her shell, as Karyu seems fine on her own and might even grow to like Mr. Showoff, aka Kazumi Oga. Overall though, it was a fine first episode. Though if I have to say anything, is that I want a ton more exposition on the real-life project that Walker Yumasaki, aka Yoake Ryo, is conducting. We've gotten hints on what's what, though nothing concrete, probably because it's the first episode. Also, my hopes are that Kaizaki ends up romantically entangled with the teacher, should he return to his real age. I know it's very unlikely, but their chemistry is great, and I personally think they'd make a great couple. Plus, the age difference between them is just right. At least for me. That was it for this episode though. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all later.